Kent School District parents and families. The Kent School District is sending home packets to all K-6 students in our school district that will focus on providing resources that parents can use in order to continue learning in reading, math, science, art, and PE. Your teacher may also be providing resources, and this packet is meant to be a supplemental materials that can be used by both you and the teacher. We want to take a few minutes to walk you through this packet to show you what's available and what resources are available on our Learning Resource page. You will see that there will be an address or a link address on our main website in order to access additional resources that you may find useful in providing learning experiences for your student at home. So you'll find that the first page of this packet is a letter describing the resource. The second page will be a resource for some of our dyslexia students, students who are on IEPs or 504s, providing some suggestions about assistive technology that they may want to use. Each packet has a section for reading, where you will find stories that you can read to your child or that your child can read to you, with a set of questions that the student can answer in order to help them with comprehension and understanding what they have just read. There's a total of somewhere between 5 to 10 lessons. So doing one every other day would be what we might suggest. Farther in the packet, you will find a section on mathematics. These are math skills that your student has already learned in school, and so it's an opportunity for your child to practice these math skills. Again, you should find about one lesson per day, maybe one every other day, depending on your student's skill level. We've also included in this math section the family letters that you may have received previously. These letters explain the concepts and have some fun family activities that help solicit the skills that your student has already learned. Each packet has at least 2 science lessons that your child can do, or activities to be building their science skills. There is then a section or a series of menus related to art and art activities you can do at home with your child or have your child do. I'm actually really fond of the comic book task with the figures and the comic book quotes. This is not only an art activity, but it is a reading and writing activity as well. And last thing in your packet is activities related to physical education. We know during this period of time that being physically active is a key portion of staying healthy. So we've provided a variety of activities for your student, including logs where they can keep track of their activity and what types of tasks that they have been doing, what foods they've been eating. There's a variety of things in the packet that will help your child learn more about their own physical and mental health well-being. Now, not only with the packets, we have some other resources that you might use. And one resource is a draft schedule that you might consider using with your student. Now, these packets and the remote learning is not going to replace the learning that took place in the regular classroom, but it is meant to help support your child's growth and learning. And so take a look at the schedule and see what works for your family. As you can indicate here on Monday, we're doing a little reading, and reading is really important. So having your child read every single day is a key component to building those literacy skills. If your child is a band or orchestra student, playing and practicing your instrument is a great thing to do, and we've provided some resources on our website about reading and writing, musical notation, which will also help with building student skills. You can also see on the Tuesday schedule that there are some lessons around social emotional learning. And building our students' capacity during this time around that social emotional learning is critical. So think about taking a look at some of these lessons, which are not in the packet but are on our website. So if we go to the website where we have a whole host of resources, I'm going to go into the elementary resource section, but we have a whole host of resources across all grade levels. You'll find actually access to the learning packets here, even though we're sending them home to all K6 students. There's a variety of art and fitness lessons. There's also some actual tours of museums and parks. Think about doing this as a family, going on a tour of a museum and talking about what you see. Here are those music lessons that I talked about that teach students how to read and write musical notation, and they can do that when they're also going to practice their instrument. You have access to a variety of resources already, like iReady. We have iReady lessons in your packet, but if you have internet access, you can also access the iReady online math lessons. Another key resource for reading material might be Actively Learn for grades 3 through 6th grade, or 3 through 12th grade in reality. And these resources will allow your students to explore a variety of topic areas and answer questions related to them. Many of the resources on this page are an opportunity for your students to actually explore content that they are really interested in. You could also take a field trip to the San Diego Zoo or the Yellowstone National Park and several other places as a family, places that you might not be able to go right now or were vacations. In our reading and writing section, we've added some new resources. So we have the Scholastic Learn at Home, which has some great books and activities for your students. All Kent School District students have library cards. And so if you have technology, a phone or a Chromebook or an iPad, you can access the King County Library to pull down those books for reading. For our younger students, we have some sing-alongs and videos that will help with sight words and reading material. We've also added Storyline, which actually reads a whole host of stories to your students. We've also included our HiCap choice and extension menus for our HiCap students, but there's some great activities for all students embedded in these menus. So think about taking a look at them and using them. We have a variety of science and history resources, and here are those second step social emotional learning resources for your students. I would particularly take a look at the K3 Brain Builder games. They're excellent games for engaging your students in social emotional learning and just activating the brain and setting the stage for learning. If you have questions about any of these resources, you can reach out to your students and child's teacher. You can also email us at teachingandlearning@kent.k12.wa.us, and we will answer any of your questions. Thank you very much for your partnership in ensuring that we continue the learning opportunities for your students in this very difficult time.